How do? Um, busy life at the minute, very busy. Next year, all you guys out there who would like to come on the channel, please get in touch via email. Email's in the description to every video on the channel, yeah? Lads who used to lock up, lasses who've been to prison. Could do interviewing some lasses who've been to prison, their experiences. But basically anyone who's got a story, yeah? Baroness Mone. That's what I'm going to call her, Baroness Mone. Monet. Mone. Yeah, she's a peer. She's one of them people who, you know, is probably very wealthy. She benefited from the pandemic scam. Her husband's company provided PPE, personal protection equipment. Yeah, a lot of it substandard. We, the taxpayer, paid billions. People in Parliament, MPs, and both sides of the aisle, I have no favouritism at all. You know, waste our money, squander it, give it people, send it to places like India. Why does India need our money? Yeah, they're very good at handing it out and not spending it in this country. So this lass, the Baroness, shall we call her? Yeah, she's lied. She's been found out. No interest, obviously, her husband providing PPE for the country that was shite, set to make millions. It's not about hating on her. The pandemic as a whole was a big scam, was it not? We get broken down into groups, don't we? You know, on social media, I was looking, we had vaxxers and anti-vaxxers, people who'd taken the vaccine and people who hadn't, at war with each other, yeah? People who hadn't had the vaccine calling themselves true bloods. Let me tell you now, first-hand experience, someone who I care about dearly, who worked in an environment, in a dementia home during the pandemic. That's where it all happened. If you look at the actual figures, COVID deaths, and we have a very, very good friend whose mum sadly died. She had complications and illnesses, and COVID added to that eventually would kill her. Very sad. We know that. But in them homes, let me tell you now, staff battled. Staff in care homes had the injection because they had to have it to keep their job. You imagine 62 people, lads and lasses, old people with dementia, yeah, having to have a vaccine, being scared to death, not understanding what was going on. It was horrendous. And it didn't save their lives, did it? 12 months in, yeah, the staff are doing the best. We've had one or two people ill, one or two natural deaths, and then bam. Half them people gone in 6 months. I knew a lot of them people, not personally, never met them. Through someone who I care about dearly. I knew their names, I knew the characteristics, I knew who they were. Yeah, half a home cleared out. That's a true story of the pandemic. Old people dying in care homes. Old people breaking hips. And paramedics and the like, and that's no diss on them, not wanting to take them to hospital. They'll get COVID and die. DNRs, do not resuscitate. Yeah, put in place. People still don't get that. That weren't families of loved ones saying, you know, they're ill, they're old, they're not well. If it comes to a point where, you know, they're going to pass and you can perhaps say them, we don't want you. No, this is the government put it in. DNRs, do not resuscitate. Lots of people made money. Politicians partied. We all know Boris Johnson did. Yeah. is investigated. So they're partying whilst we're not seeing our loved ones. Mental health's on the rise. Child eating disorders on the rise and everything else. It was not a good time. Police arresting people for getting fresh air. We're not going about the police today. We've done enough videos about that. It was a bad time. People took the vaccine because they were scared. People I know, older people, didn't want to die. They're scared of fucking dying. So they took the vaccine. Our last worked in a home, took the vaccine. Again, they're splitting us, aren't they? That's what it's about. Divide and conquer. Because together we're strong. So the Baroness, yes, she's made some money. There's people way higher up on the pay grade, way higher up, that have made millions and millions. People speaking out, telling us to wear masks that didn't work, telling us to social distance that didn't work. All being sponsored by people who had a vested interest in the pandemic. A vested interest. Going back to the politicians, we all know about Bojo partying. Do you think they weren't partying the other side of the aisle? MPs knew it was a load of bollocks. Up there every day speaking out. Celebrities telling us we should take this vaccine. It was all a big scam. Divide and conquer. Woke. Woke's a word that has come to the forefront, has it not, in the past few years. Woke is about divide and conquer, is it not? There's no tolerance anymore. There's no reason. Science, facts, biology, they don't mean anything anymore. It's all about feelings. People's feelings getting hurt and hate speech. And hate speech is fine, but it's who is defining hate and what it means. Because what I think or consider something to be hateful, you know, it's the people in power who decide, isn't it? And those groups that they're dividing us into, we'll take transgender as one, we all know about that. Yeah, it's becoming very intolerant, is it not? They don't want tolerance of people. It's our way or the highway. And then there's religion. Yeah, there's religious groups that are protected. Not Christians, though, are they? To be Christian now is, well, we all know what I'm talking about. So hopefully out with a boy tomorrow vlogging. I thought this last was worth a mention. People have been going around about it all week. Like I said, billions made during the pandemic. We were all sold a lie. Criminal in itself. Just going to leave it there. Thanks for coming. God bless you all. Al Sidi.